Hey guys, this is wait, am I supposed to introduce
No,
myself or you gonna introduce
no, it's
myself?
okay. I'll go. I'll go. It's
I forgot I'm the guest over here.
it's okay. You can be the host for today.
I mean, I feel like I need to put you on the hot seat one day
That's fine,
and
but not
actually
today
just
though.
not today.
Yeah,
Like just have me sit there and you sit here and I'm just asking you burning questions,
yeah. I
you
think
know.
it's gonna be a good one. If I
You will.
ever if I ever feel like but you gotta be a challenge. You gotta bring
It's gonna
a
be a
challenge.
good challenge. Um I think it's gonna give you an opportunity to really like open yourself up.
That's true.
Because
Yeah,
there's times like I'll watch you,
yeah.
you need to loosen up, like you're tight.
Tight. I'm tight.
Yeah, you're tight. Like you gotta let it out. I feel like there's certain things like you hold off from like saying like let it out.
Yeah. No, that's the way I move. That's the way I've been
I
since day
know,
one.
I
Yeah,
know, and I mean it's not a bad thing.
yeah.
Like it's really not.
I don't know. I
Uh,
just never had the opportunity to I can like do that.
do
So
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we gonna get you to do that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right, but let's introduce ourselves. Okay. What's up, guy? Thank you, Justin here with the Elevate podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I'm actually I'm excited. Like I know I say this almost every podcast, but I'm excited about this one because so my thought process, right,
Mm-hmm.
was I want to have the first guest to be the oldest friend that I've had in the United States in this Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person that popped up was you, right?
That is actually crazy to think
Like
about it.
if you think
Yeah.
about it, right? So my boy here, Vava, go by Valentin, but we call him Vava, so but wait, I call you Valentin, don't I?
You call me anything, bro.
Valente.
There's Valentin, there's Valentin, there's Vava. But yeah, I appreciate the introduction. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know me. I go by Vava, but my name is by birth. I'm Valentin.
Valentin.
Yeah.
How would you introduce yourself to the people beside Valentin?
Hmm. I would say a lot of people know me just by the way I dress.
Yeah.
Fashionable.
You put me on a lot of stuff back in the day.
Yeah. I'll say if you like if you ask people, right, and you be like, "Do you know Valentin?" They'll be like, "Yeah, that kid that can dress." You know,
Yeah,
I've heard that a lot. You know,
that's true.
but I want people to know me as just a simple person that's just trying to make the best out of life. You know,
Yeah.
just be kind.
What would you say is the most what would you say is the single word that can define you right now in this phrase of your life?
Right now,
Yeah.
oof, I haven't really thought about it, but I would say, wow, if I could pick a word, wow, that's a tough one.
We can get back to it.
We can go
We
back
can
here.
get back to it.
Let me think about that one.
I've already put you on the spot already.
Yeah, cause like these are not questions that we sit down and like
Yeah, and
truly
analyze.
ask ourselves, you know.
That's true.
But it is a good question.
Yeah.
I promise I'll answer that by the time we finish this podcast.
By the time, all right, cool,
I'll
cool.
answer that.
We're gonna dive into it because there's a lot of things we want to talk about. Uh, like when I first like texted you about this, and I was like, you know what? There's so many things we could talk about. Like my last
True.
thought was about relationship
Mm-hmm.
because the last conversation we had at the gym was about relationship,
Relationship, right?
and we just delve into it. But I was like, nah, man, there's something like in terms of where we are right now in
Mm-hmm.
reflection to our dreams and what
Right.
we had back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to dive into that and just kind of like just discover where we are right now.
That is very exciting because I remember I was driving and then I get a text from you and you were telling me about the topic. I was just excited. I was like, yo, I feel like that's really something we really need to like tap in, you know, because like I've known you since like 2013. I remember we got here in the United States, and like the first family that we met was you guys.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that is
because
true.
we were at the store, and then your dad was in the same store,
Yep.
and then he heard my dad speak Swahili, and then from there he was like, "Hey, we know a pastor that speaks Swahili. We have a church." Next thing I know, I'm meeting you guys at the church,
Yeah.
and then from there until today is
It's
just
just dang, yeah, I do remember that. I think it was John family
John.
first.
Yes, John's family.
Yeah. Cause like I was like, yeah, I do remember.
Hmm.
It's been a minute though. It's been a
It's
minute.
been a long
I'll
time.
say we practically just kind of grew up together here in the United States. Went to middle school together, which is IES, and
East High
then
School, yeah.
went to play soccer.
Our first soccer camp.
First soccer camp. The soccer camp was nice.
It was. It
One of the
was.
most memorable moment we have ever had.
I
Remember when I
know.
took the shoes?
Yeah, it's good times. It was really good times, and just being at this age, you know, when
Yeah.
you look back, it's just like, man, like you were really like one of my longest friends here in America.
That's when I thought about the podcast. I was like, who could I interview? Like the first. I mean, the when it didn't work out
Mm-hmm.
like last month, but I was thinking about that, and I was like, yes, Valentin, that's the longest friend I know here in the United
In the
States
States,
that we stood
yeah.
together. Cause like one thing I've realized, I don't know if you noticed this
Mm-hmm.
too, but a lot of our friends they're drifting, right? Like we don't
True.
really have them. Like the more we grow, and the more like people tend to separate themselves.
Right.
Yeah, so it's good that still get in contact.
Mm-hmm.
You busy, I'm busy, but we still get time to
We get
like
to,
kick it
yeah.
and stuff like that.
I feel like I say like it's one of the hardest thing is trying to accept change. You know, I know we're growing and everybody's like trying to figure out like what to do with their life.
Yeah,
You know, we're going to college. You know, after college, it's like all the people that you knew from college, they're just gone.
yeah,
You know, and sometimes it's not to mean that we're not friends anymore. It's just like, hey, I'm busy and I have other priority to prioritize, but
yeah.
like we're still friends. We're
Y-
still cool.
We're still cool. We're still
Yeah.
kicking it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that most people tend to miss. But so regarding about the dream, let me what's your first recollection moment where you thought you're gonna have? What was the dream that you had? The first dream that you ever thought about having when you grow up at this age? Like, what did you thought you would be doing at this moment in your life?
As a kid, all I knew was soccer. Soccer was everything, you know.
Soccer.
And growing up, if you ask everybody, like my siblings, my parents, if you ask them, like, if they ask me, like, who do you want to be when you grow up? I always used to say a goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
Because when I started playing, like when I was a kid,
Yeah.
I was in a goal. Like, and I was really good at it.
You as a goalkeeper.
Me as a goalkeeper.
I love to see that.
Like, like honestly speaking, like I
Mhm.
was really good
As a
as a
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper. And
And
then like everybody in the neighborhood, like sometimes when they want a goalie, they'll always come ask me to be a goalkeeper. Sometimes they'll like pay me just to be a goalkeeper,
hmm
you know. But and then until I came to the United States, I never played on the field. Like I'll play once in a while, but always in the goal, you know. And then when I came here, Coach Fode, remember Coach Fode?
yep.
He told me I was too short to be a goalkeeper.
I
At top,
feel- That's something that he would say.
yeah, he said you're too short to be a goalkeeper. And then from that point, that was really when I kind of like drifted from like goalie to like actually being in the field and
Mm,
playing. I used to play in the camp in the field, but mostly I just had a passion for like being a goalie. I used to have like this red jacket
hmm
in back in the camp. Once I have that on, it's beast mode.
It's the lucky
Like
charm.
everybody knew me. If I'm going to play and I don't have my jacket, it's gonna be like not a good day. Once I have it on, just know like you guys are not scoring.
What's the jacket symbolize though?
I don't know.
It
Like it
just.
just made me comfortable because like I could dive
Mm-hmm.
and not feel any pain because it was a bit puffy.
Mm-hmm.
So like every time I just wear it, I'm just in my zone.
It's just in your zone.
Yeah.
You know, I when I was growing up, right,
Hmm.
I wanted to be a goalkeeper.
Really?
Yeah, because
No way.
no, I wanted, I
Uh huh.
desire, like, because it was we had this goalkeeper,
Hmm.
and he was like Yamungo, right?
Yeah,
Basically, he was really good, like, he was
boy.
amazing,
Hmm.
right? And then when he dived, right, I
Hmm.
would just be like captivated by it. But nah, I love playing more than being a
You loved
goalkeeper.
playing?
Yeah,
Nah, I grew up in the goal. And
yeah,
then my parents like they'll ask, well, who do you want to be when you grow up?
yeah.
I want to be a goalkeeper. Like being in a professional setting, it's something I envisioned myself being like at this age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was always the dream. There's times like I'll go to school, we don't really focus in class because like all we want to do is play soccer.
Yep. Dang, I remember those times where we had to wait for Miss Facer to give us a goal so we can go play soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that was
yeah,
amazing. Dang, it's been a minute, huh?
I know.
But like, so you started as a goalkeeper,
I
which is
started as a
fascinating.
goalkeeper.
But out of all the friends that I have, when it comes to terms of skills play
Mm-hmm.
in the field, I
Mm-hmm.
would say you were one of the best. Like, cause like, what? I would say we would have won state championship in our time if you didn't get injured, right?
20,
I think it was like 2018, 2017,
2016.
2016.
2016.
Yeah. Cause like I would say you one of the, cause you and Natan are one of the most
Mm.
creative players. Cause like, I don't know, it's something about like when you play
Mm-hmm.
and like the skill sets,
Mm-hmm.
practice. How did you learn that? Like coming from being a goalie.
To playing on the field.
Like yeah, what was like how was the transition like? Because you were a good player.
Yeah.
I would
I
never
mean,
would have guessed if you were
you're a
goalie. Yeah.
goalkeeper. The thing is, it wasn't hard because like I used to play in the field,
Mm-hmm.
but I just loved being a goalie more.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of missed out on like those basics like passing, controlling, and like having like good ball control at a
Mm-hmm.
younger age because I was never really doing those things because I was busy being in a goal,
Yeah.
you know. So once I transitioned, um, I started playing as a defender.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm playing as a defender, my coach back in the camp,
Mm-hmm.
he saw that every time I get the ball at the back, I want to dribble. So I couldn't really pass. It's like I'm just dribbling the ball.
Yeah.
And then he was like, nah, if you're playing in the back, you can't dribble
Mm-hmm.
because that's very dangerous because like that's too close to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Any mistake, you get scored on.
Yeah.
And then from there, he was like, I want you to play as a left winger. From then, that's when like it just unlocked me. I
Left.
had the speed,
Yep.
the skills were there,
Yep.
but I wasn't really using them because like I was mostly in the goal.
Yep.
But as soon as I got used to just playing,
Mm-hmm.
everything just was started flowing.
Track season. You were fast. So you were already fast.
Yeah.
So
So like that's how everything happened.
it's kind of like a line for you to just play
Just
as
like
a winger.
yeah, as a winger,
Yeah.
yeah. And at times, there's some times I wish I played as a midfielder,
Mm-hmm.
but for the fact that I was fast, I feel like I've always been a victim of just like, hey, nah, you have to play as a winger
Yeah.
because I had the speed. They want me to run and cross the ball,
Yep.
run and cross the ball, run and cross the ball.
Yep.
And then at some point, I remember I was watching Neymar. That was like my idol. I know it's bad to say that, but like,
Yeah. I mean, at that time, yeah.
yeah, that was the only person I used to watch. Like, I'll be on YouTube just watching Neymar. When he came to Barcelona, I believe in 2014,
Mm-hmm. Big time.
big time. Like every time I'm just watching Neymar, watching Neymar. So I realized that he was right footed, but he was playing on the left wing. And you know what he was doing?
Mm-hmm.
Drifting inside and shooting.
Drifting inside shooting. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, instead of me just running and crossing, I could really just move to the other side and be able to dribble in and shoot.
Yep.
And that's how I was able to really like start enjoying that position and score more goals.
You know, I noticed the shift because I started having less ball in
Ball
the
in the
air. Because I was playing nine, so I
yeah,
started having less ball in the air. I was like, yeah,
yeah,
Valentin switched up. But I was lucky Ben was playing wing, so I was like, okay, Ben, if Ben or Sakri,
could
and then they
yeah.
would do that. But
hmm
mostly you would cross in, you want to score the
I
goal
wanted to
yourself.
score. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
I had to. I feel like I enjoyed doing that, and I feel like that happened because I started watching a lot of Neymar
yeah,
like skills on YouTube.
yeah. Neymar, the goat. Is it the goat?
To me,
Yeah,
he's a goat.
yeah. Because I feel like when you ask a person who's the goat, I feel like that's just like a personal question. It's like
It is a
just to be
personal
to you.
question.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I grew up a super Ronaldo fan,
yeah,
like super Ronaldo fan
yeah.
from like a younger age until
But you
like
shifted from Ronaldo to Messi,
from Ronaldo to Neymar.
Ronaldo to Neymar, but now you go to also to Messi, right?
Like I enjoy watching Messi.
Uh-huh.
Like I love how he plays. Like you can't really compare him to anybody.
Yeah,
But for my style of play, Neymar.
Neymar. I mean, yeah, your style of play is more Neymar because you're more fancy with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I had to watch Neymar a lot. But I grew up a Ronaldo fan, and then when Neymar came to Barcelona,
mm-hmm. Just took
Neymar,
off.
Neymar, Neymar, Neymar,
Yeah,
videos, Neymar. Remember how we used to do those freestyle skills?
yep.
Every day outside, I'm gonna watch Neymar's video. If I learn something, I'm gonna go
You're gonna
outside.
go outside.
Try it,
Yeah,
try it, try it,
till we
try it
get
until
it.
you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Neymar. I watched Messi a lot. So when you get it, there's a few trick that you tell me that
Mm-hmm.
Neymar used to do that you learn, and then you
Uh-huh.
show me, and then I would try to do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, bro, this is too much for me, bro. My intention was just to score a goal,
Just to score goals.
just to
Nah,
score
and
goals.
you were really good at it.
Yeah, just to score goal, bro. I was trying to be a
You
goal machine. I think I crafted that. Like this is one thing about because we talking about dreams, right?
mm-hmm.
This is one thing about dreams, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
have a dream of something, and the hard thing about it is basically the process, because within the process you have to craft your skill set,
You have
right?
to.
And
Yeah.
I would say we did a lot of things within our lifetime in order for
Mm-hmm.
us to attain what we're trying to aim for. Would
Mm-hmm.
you say what we did was enough for us to be what we wanted to be, like to be a professional, for you to be a professional like football player?
Personally, yes and no.
Elaborate.
I feel like obviously growing up in the camp, right? That was the perfect moment for you to start playing soccer.
Yeah.
Cause that's all we do. That's all we did. You know? Um obviously the life situation that we were in, sometimes you don't have enough,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to make the best with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
So like just waking up every day, you go to school, play soccer, come back home, play soccer. So like just doing that every day set me up to a place whereby okay, I know I love this game, but I lacked just that proper coach
Mm-hmm.
to like tune me a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to really align me with like the player that I could have been.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up younger age, playing every day, that was good. That prepares you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that does? It makes you like very competitive, you know? And in terms of skills, if you ask every professional player playing in the streets, that's where
That
everything started.
that's where everything started. Yeah.
So I grew up playing in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, because I started becoming good at the younger age, I never used to play with people of my age. I always played with older people.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So doing that really helped me like grow as a player. I never played with anybody my age. All the people that I played with were older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So every time, when you dribble them, they get mad, I get excited. So that was like their adrenaline. Like I get excited. Like if I do a move and I beat you, you fall down. Oh,
That
I
felt
want to
good.
do it again.
And then they would invite you to more.
There you go.
That was the thing. Like I remember we would do that, and then they would
Mhm.
invite us more. It's like, hey, let's play. And there was one time where this one guy was like, "Yeah, man, you have Valentin. Where's Valentin, man? We want to play with Valentin." I'm like, "You guys are like in your 20s, man.
Yeah.
We still teenagers, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun."
I think that's what really helped me at the younger age to like just develop,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then I'm saying once I came here, I wasn't really playing as much
Mm-hmm.
because when I went to East High School, what I did was I did soccer all year round. And then when soccer was done,
Do
my
track.
friends were doing club football, but I was doing track.
Yeah, we're doing track,
You see, so I didn't really have time to
and
play.
we didn't have ride.
We did not
We didn't
have
have ride.
right.
Yeah,
You
that was a
see,
thing. Like, okay, so that was a thing. Another thing was the system support. Like, we didn't have a system support for our dreams
for our dreams,
because
yeah.
we had that dreams. It was only within us. It was only within you,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't shared to where your parents will be a participant of that dream.
I feel like that's another thing we need to talk about when it comes to just like sports. I feel like it's changing. A lot of parents now are being very like supportive towards their kids
Yeah,
with their dreams and stuff. But I feel like for a lot of us, when we grew up, if you say, "Oh, I want to be a soccer player," nah, go to school when they somo.
you know
Stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Oh, we
yeah.
brought you here in the United States for you to go to school. It's like school was always the aim.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to a point, it's like, let me just go to school and get this diploma,
Yeah,
But I like the fact that right now, a lot of parents are really like opening their eyes and be like, man, this kid's dream can really change our lives
yeah. I mean, people are getting $1 million contracts to play
to
soccer.
play soccer. Yeah.
Not just soccer, basketball, football, or
Mm-hmm.
any other sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like they live out their dreams,
They
right?
do.
Yeah.
They do.
So it's fascinating how like support system,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is important,
It is important.
skill set, dedications, because like, man, imagine Coach Mikey making us run all those runs,
Coach
and
Mikey kind of like, he discovered me,
yeah,
because we were playing in the gym, like
with Richardson,
Richardson too.
yeah, yeah,
So like during the gym class,
gym class with Richardson, yeah.
we're just playing soccer in the gym, and then like he called me, was like, "You play soccer?" I was like, "Yeah, I play soccer." I was like, "Okay, you should come try out for the team." I'm like, "Wow." From there, that's how me and Coach Mikey really built that bond.
Were you in middle school when he tell you that, or were you in high school, like eighth grade, right? Were you
I
eighth
was
grade?
in 8th grade.
Okay, we
So
were
the
in eighth
following
grade.
year, it told me
Following
to
year, that's
come
when we
try
started.
out for the team.
Yeah, because you started as a, you started as a
We started the
varsity. I know I started as a
no.
varsity,
At first,
and I
I
got
started
demoted.
I started playing JV. I was playing JV, so two halves of JV
Yeah,
and then one
yeah,
half
you were
of
playing.
varsity.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened was now Tang
Mm-hmm.
got injured. So he moved me to varsity for like two halves and now JV one half. I did really good that day.
And he's
I
like, "I'm gonna
became,
keep you."
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's how the transition went.
That was nice because I remember you guys were playing. I think I don't know. Was it the first time? This is how I remember the memory for
Uh,
me, but it might be not how you remember. But I got put in the varsity.
mm-hmm.
I was so scared because I was like, "Why is Valentin and everybody else playing in
In
JV,
JV,
and
yeah.
I'm playing with these grown people?
People,
Why is that?"
yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I want to be demoted. Like I really do. I didn't know I had a chance. Like they gave me the chance.
Yeah.
So I didn't play really well. But and then Coach Mike was like, okay, we're gonna try to do the same thing that we did with Valentin, where we push you in varsity,
Varsity and
JV,
then
and yeah, go
JV.
back and forth. Because at that time they didn't have they didn't have a strong nine,
Mm-hmm.
so he was like, yeah, we're just gonna put you
If
there.
you're gonna put,
Yeah,
yeah. But I feel like it was good.
it was good.
It
Yeah.
was good because being able to play with the JV players, like they're not as good as you,
Mhm.
but it was
You're
a
the
good,
leader.
yes,
Yeah.
it was a good transition. Like you get so comfortable playing with the JV,
Mhm.
you show off your skills, And then when you come to the varsity, you're like, man, I can do it.
You can do it.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I feel like once they moved you right away into the varsity team, I feel like you got a little bit scared,
Yeah. I was sheesh, bro.
terrified.
I was I was not happy, bro. I was like, I would try to go to Coach Mike. He was like, bro, why did you pull me like this team when
Mm-hmm.
everybody else is
Is
playing
doing on
right now?
other
Yeah.
team,
And then
yeah.
but it was all right. I mean, I got a hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a hang of it, learning how to score, learning all that stuff. The thing about like that is like the skill. Like you have to practice it,
You
man.
have to.
Cause we went to summer camp. We were like even playing nine street
Mm-hmm.
every day, like just so we can craft our skills.
Do you remember when we used to live at those apartments
Yep.
and you couldn't even juggle the ball like
Oh.
up to 100? You remember? And then I
Yes.
remember just telling you, man, just do 100 every day.
Yep.
A
Yep.
100 every day.
Yep.
And I was really impressed with how dedicated you were to doing that.
Guess what happened, bro? So you know when you told me that, right?
Uh-huh.
The next year was that year that I broke the school
The
record.
school record with
Yeah.
golf.
With the goal. Because I kind of like dedicated myself every day, which was fascinating. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, so the thing about that was this, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it was very important for me because of you,
Mm.
right? Because what would happen is this, right? If let's say for example you did something that
Mhm.
would break the record, I would want to beat it,
Right.
right? Like I was
Uh-huh.
very competitive. I remember one
Yeah.
time you got the player of the year, and I
Player
was
of the
like, bro,
year
I was like,
as a
man,
sophomore.
I'm proud of this dude, but I'm coming
I'm
for it next
coming.
year. I'm coming
And
for
what's
it.
crazy, the
Yeah.
following year,
Yeah.
you got player of the year.
Yep. Because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be left behind.
Yeah.
I gotta
Because
do
I
it.
feel like from the get-go, me and you, we've always had this friendly competition.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Even with like classes, like I remember you get like in the math class, you get A and I get B. I'm like, oh, next time I get an A, and then I end up getting an A, and then it's just like
You're just
it
going
keep
back and forth.
pushes you. You
Mhm.
know, it was healthy. It was healthy competition, and I feel like that was really something that helped me throughout my high school career.
Mhm.
Cause like in terms of like academic, I'm like, man, I have to beat Justin, bro.
Yeah.
And then on the field too, it's like, man, I have to beat Justin. You know, so like it was good to like you were pushing me and I was pushing you. And then if we circle back to me telling you to start juggling the ball every day, like 100 every day, it's just because like I saw that you were good at scoring,
But not
but
good.
your touch was lacking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then I figured, I'm like, if only Justin's touch improves,
Mm-hmm.
this guy is gonna be a goal scoring machine. And that was like, just try it 100 every day.
That's literally what
And
happened.
then that's what you did. And then I remember you'd be so excited. You'd be like, Vava, I juggled 300. I'm like, let's go.
Okay, let me ask
Yeah.
you something, right?
Uh-huh.
This is something about people, especially when it comes to friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what made you and what made me not be envious of each other's success, right? Because why would you give an advice to someone who you are competing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what do you think is the reason?
The fact that you were not envious of my success and I wasn't envious of your success.
Yeah, obviously I was learning from you a lot, and you were learning from
Me
me.
a
So
lot.
it's like,
Yeah. I feel like it's just a friendship.
yeah,
Above all, like I feel like we prioritize our friendship above everything.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'm winning and I'm like right now I'm better than Justin in this, but it doesn't feel good that I'm here and he's here. So I
Yeah.
need to make sure he's here.
You got to put him
Yeah,
up there.
because
Yeah.
when I'm here and you here, the competition it doesn't. It's not feel. I wasn't like really feeling it. So when I prioritize, I'm like, okay, we need to get Justin to here.
Mm-hmm.
Once you are here, guess what that does?
Gotta
It
push you,
makes
trying
me
to
go
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 higher.
back up.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that I feel like it was just that family bond that we had, and you know, I'm like, "Ah, I want this guy because I knew once you start scoring, we win.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm playing good, you playing good, we both win. So it was never, oh, why is he scoring and I'm not scoring? It's like, yes, I scored 2 goals today. Damn, Justin did not score. We need to make him score next game.
Yeah.
You know, it was just that healthy. friendship that we had from the get go. You helped me in class, pushing me, and in the field, I helped push you. So there was never a day I'll sit down and be like, oh, I'm so jealous of Justin because oh, he got that. Nah, I feel like that never really crossed my mind.
Yeah, I think that's so too. It's funny because today is the first time
Hmm.
that I've thought about it that way,
Yeah, like
because it never crossed my
it
mind. But I thought
never.
about it that way because, I mean, obviously we are doing a podcast,
Hmm.
but I thought about it that way because of how maybe we can project that
That
relationship
relation,
to the
yeah.
world,
Hmm.
like, because I feel like most people relationship are most becoming now like give and take, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And it's important that we align ourselves with
Hmm.
with values,
Hmm.
but to what extent is that value gonna compromise your own ego, or like, are you gonna let your ego overtake, someone else's
Hmm.
value, or like, how do you balance those two? So
I
that's what
feel
I
like
thought.
for me, one thing that really helped was I had to tell myself, it's like, it's okay for Justin to be better than me at this thing.
Hmm.
You know, we can't both have the same strength.
That is 100% fact.
It can never work.
Yeah,
If we both have the same strength, then we can't push each other.
yeah.
So in places where you were better than me, that's when like really helped me. Like I didn't come all the way up here, but it got me closer to where you were.
Hmm.
But with doing that, it helped me better myself.
Yeah,
So me accepting that it's okay for him to be better than me in this because I know it's gonna push me to my limits.
yeah.
Just accepting that
Hmm.
and not having to look at you with like envy. No, nah. It was just more okay. It's better than me. That's gonna help us win at state champion. That's one thing I'm so mad about that we didn't really get to like celebrate a state championship together.
That's one thing. Yeah, yeah. That was an interesting turn of events.
It was.
Yeah.
And if you also like look just in general, right? I know they say friendship is everything,
Hmm.
right? And sometimes when there's two people and you guys are really close to each other, there's that envy that comes between
Hmm.
and that ruins a lot of friendships. But the fact that that enviness never really crossed our mind, I feel like that was really like help us a lot to
Yeah,
just grow and build this connection.
bro. When we lost the state championship, I remember when I told you, I was like,
Yeah,
man, I wish you were here, bro, because
I
like
know.
you got injured, right? You got injured,
It
and I
was
was like,
very tough.
man, I wish Valentin was here, because in my mind, I was like, bro, this is the guy who's pushing me in the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy that I look up when it comes to being competitive, when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to working, when it comes to dribbling. And our duo was really amazing.
It
Like, we had
was.
Downtown, Ben, you, Sakri, all these people, like the way we were just built, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nah, man, there's nothing can come between that. Nothing can come between that, because it was important for us to grow, because
It
we look at
was.
that the long run. And our dreams was like, okay, we want to be here,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you know what's fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
Vava? This is one thing that's fascinating, right? What do you think was my dream at that time?
You?
Yeah. Do you think I dreamed of becoming a soccer player? Yeah.
I don't think you did. I feel like you were very driven with music, poetry at that time. But like soccer, I didn't really see you trying to like be pro.
Yeah.
But I feel like you had the qualities to like really make it. But I didn't think you like that was your aim to
Yeah.
be professional.
It's fascinating, because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I mean, how can we like go about it
Uh-huh.
in terms of like, because this is fascinating, right? Because
It
when we
is.
talk, that's when you start realizing stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I started realizing, man, I don't think that was my dream
Yeah,
to be
your
a
dream,
professional foot
right?
soccer player. But I could see that in you,
Mm-hmm.
right? I could see that in you, but I don't think it was for me at that time. Now, question is this: where you are right now in terms of like your life alignment with that dream, like where you at.
That's a it's a sensitive topic, you know. Because a lot of people, when they look at me and I haven't made it professional yet,
Mm-hmm.
they question themselves like, how, or like, why are you not playing at that level yet?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember, cause like I told you, like just growing up, that was really my dream. You know, I'm smart in school, but like never really paid attention
You
like that
you
in
are
school.
smart in school, yeah, that's for
Never
sure.
really paid attention in school like that, just because I prioritize wanting to be a professional player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like sports was really everything for me. It's like, bro, I never study for exams. I know I have exam and I need to study, but like I won't. I would choose going to play soccer over opening my notebooks and trying to study and understand everything. Um, and the reason why I said it's a very sensitive topic is 2019, I went for a tryout in Atlanta, Georgia, you know, and then among, I believe, 500 kids, and I was in the top 10 kids that got selected, you know, and at that time I left, I went to Denmark, and I was in Denmark for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I remember telling my parents, I'm like, bro, dad, I got selected for the tryout, you know, and my parents were very excited. Mind you, my parents have never really seen me play, but they've heard from people that your kid knows how to play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like I understood that my parents had to work, and I never really cared. My goal was like, man, one day my parents will get to watch me play on the television.
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal, you know. But going back to 2019, got to that tryout, made it, got selected among 10 people that I had to go to Denmark. I go to Denmark, I'm by myself. It's in Europe, you know, no family, nobody, just me, you know. And I was scared, but at the same time, I was very, very excited. You know why? Because I'm like, man, this is the chance.
Mm-hmm.
This is the chance for me to really like show what I can do, you know. And I remember just being there. I'm like, oh, I cannot believe like I'm here, you know. Just being there every day, just wake up, being kind of like in a professional setting
Mm-hmm.
with like players.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when like you really realize it's like everybody is either good as you or better than you. So I had to really tap in and ask myself, what do I have that they don't? Like, what do I have that they don't? They want to make professional. They are just as better as I am. But what is it that makes me different? And for me, my strongest asset was always my speed. It's like, bro, you got speed. They can dribble, I can dribble, but bro, I got speed. So like use that to really like put you
Mm-hmm.
on that top list, you know? And I was excited. Like I wake up every day, work out, you know, I was really dedicated, you know, first in training, last to leave, you know. But and then something happened. 2020. What happened?
COVID.
COVID happened.
COVID hit.
COVID hit, everything starts to shut down.
Yeah.
And I'm in Europe by myself, no family, you know. I'm just like, damn. Like, I did not think I would have to go back to the United States. Because for me, it was like either make it or die trying.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to come back. Like, I wanted to just be there because, like, bro, that's all we think of. Like, it's Europe,
Yeah.
you know, and that's where everything is at. The opportunities, you know, all the best coaches are there. So I'm like, man, either make it or try
Die trying.
die trying, you know. And then when COVID happened, it was just like, bro, everything shut down. Literally everything. The soccer club that I was playing with, because we were playing in the fourth highest division in Denmark,
That's big, huh?
everything just shut down. And I'm just like, man, it's like you're really trying to tell me that's how everything ends. You know, so it's a very sensitive topic because after that, like after I came back, like the drive was just different. You know, like I came back, went to school, like, okay, you know what? Let me get my degree. You know, so I focused with school, and then I went to Park University. Even the coach over there kind of like killed the dream too.
Yeah.
You know, so I come back. It's just like, man, what do I do now? Because all I've dreamt for was just soccer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm here, everything shut down. My parents, like, they've really invested. Like, they really invested. You know, we were talking about the support.
Mm-hmm.
They gave the support. When the opportunity came,
They gave.
they gave the support. They broke the banks just for me to go to Europe for 6 months. And then I'm there. I'm like, man, all that money is going in vain. So that one kind of like really hurts. You know, like for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was like my ticket
Mm-hmm.
to professional football. So every time I think about it, it's just like, you know, it's hard, but like it's reality.
Yeah.
Things happen.
You live, you learn.
You live, you learn. But when I came back, the drive was different. I didn't really want to do it anymore. You know, I'm looking at my age. I'm like, bro, I'm not getting any younger. You know, in an African household, you have to think about
You have to think about, yep,
the next step, which is
marriage.
marriage.
You gotta think about
You
the
know, you gotta
marriage.
think about marriage, stuff like that.
Because you know someone's gonna be asking you about that.
Yeah, but I feel like that was just the point in my life that changed everything.
Mm.
When I came back, the drive was not the same. I know like there's certain people like they see me play right now. It's like, yeah, you're still playing, but you're playing different.
Mm.
But people don't realize it's the hunger to like go professional, like kind of like dimmed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not a little bit, a lot. Like you're really dimmed. When the fire was still burning, I was the different player. When the fire kind of like dimmed out,
You should.
yeah, it's like I'm playing, but what am I really playing for? Like I enjoy the sport. That's that. Like I told you, that's really all I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'm stressed, I'll get a ball and just juggle.
Just juggle, play.
When I
Mm.
want to like escape in my mind, I just go to Ninth Street and play soccer. And that's really all I knew. You know, so coming back, and I felt like all that was just stripped away from me.
Mm.
You know, so I'm like, damn, man, I don't know what to do in my life. The first thing that came back in my mind was like, go get your degree. I went, you know, went back to school, got my degree, and now I'm here. It's like, if God really wanted me to make it professional, He would have made it happen right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a mystery that everything just played out how it did. So like I'm grateful that I had the chance to go to Europe and actually play, you know. But coming back, I feel like kind of made me realize that there's more to life than soccer.
There's more to life than soccer. What do you mean by that?
Because I feel like at that time I was prioritizing being a professional. And there's really nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I felt like I was missing out of like those little important things, you know, which is family sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, when COVID came around, a lot of people were deceased, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just being able to like make it out of COVID alive, you just look back and just like, man, there's more to life than just playing soccer, man.
Yeah.
So now it's just like you just appreciate being home
Mm-hmm.
with your family, you know. when you there's times I know as kids like you get a phone for your from your pops. She's like,
Nah,
what does it what?
exactly.
You know, but now
But
you get a call from your pops, like you're
when
excited,
when I
bro.
went to college, that was the same feeling I had, bro. Cause like I was like, man, I didn't know how much I missed them
Yeah.
until you far away from them. And that's when you
Hmm.
start realizing, man, I want to come home
I would,
and just hear
yeah.
some noisy, but you can't
Yeah.
hear that when you by
By
yourself and
yourself,
just chilling. It's like, yeah,
you
you
know.
get to you start seeing that.
So kind of COVID really opened me up and like just made me realize like, yeah, you have a dream to be a professional, but man, life life is amazing, you know, when you really have people around you that like love you. They're happy to see you like make it in life.
Yeah.
And like that's the support system that I had before I went to Denmark that just showed me like, man, I would do anything just to make it,
Yeah.
you know, but it didn't happen. So I can't really give up. I just have to appreciate life and just appreciate all the experiences that I had.
Hmm.
I feel like if it wasn't for those experiences, I probably wouldn't be in this place that I am in, like right now.
Yeah.
So
So what's next for Vava? I mean, I feel like your life right now is pretty interesting, right?
yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
an interesting life you live.
a very simple life.
Yeah. Very
You
busy,
know,
man.
right now I feel like I told myself I'm gonna try one more time
For the
with soccer.
soccer.
I'm gonna try one more time, and just because I was ready to just be done,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then I'm like, 5, 6 years from now, I'll probably sit down with myself and be like, what if you just tried one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Just what if?
Mm-hmm.
Just to know like what's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that what if is really what's making me really like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I want by the time I'm like, okay, I'm done playing soccer, I wanna be like, I did all I could
Mm-hmm.
to try to make it professional.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I wasn't good. It just didn't happen for me.
Just didn't happen. Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
you gave everything
I gave it.
you gave everything that you can possibly give, and that's the thing, right? Everything that you tried in, it's like if you don't give it everything, and then what is you will live with the regret
Mm-hmm.
of not trying
Not
rather
trying.
than the regret of you like I mean the pain of falling short
Mm-hmm.
is different than the pain of stopping short,
Yeah.
right? Because to stopping short, that's you.
That's on
You had the
you.
willpower to actually say, you know what, I'm not gonna do it anymore. But stop like falling short is like you did everything that you can.
But you just
The
didn't.
universe
You
was
just
just against you,
yeah.
right? And God has His own way of doing things, and which is fascinating. I think it's very fascinating.
It
Like
is.
you told me this, but I don't know why today is like it felt different, like in depth to it.
It is because like I told you, it's a very sensitive topic
Yeah,
because like I told you, like from a younger age, that's all I wanted to do.
yeah.
Just play soccer. Like I'm telling you, my little like back in the camp, um, you know, sometimes moms is gonna send you to like wash dishes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll be so mad. Why are you sending me to wash dishes when you know it's time for like
It's time to go
basic?
outside and
You know
play.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's times I'll babysit my little brother Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be so mad. You know what I do? I'll get that kitenge, wrap it on my back with him. I go play soccer. Mom will be so mad. She would like come and like trying to beat me. Why are you playing with the kid on your back? But like, I'm like, I can't miss it. It's either I leave him crying or I play.
Yep.
But the solution was put him on my back
Yeah. And then go outside.
and play. So the obsession was always there,
Yeah.
you know. But I'm not gonna say it's over
Yeah.
because I don't think it's over yet.
I don't think so either.
I feel like there's something to learn, and I know that I know that God has a plan, and I feel like sometimes the hardest thing to do is to trust that plan when you feel like you're just being stuck,
Yeah.
you know. And especially for me when uh, when I went to Denmark. I thought I was like, yeah, that's it, I made it, you know. But and then having to come back is like, God, why would you open that door just not to like make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I tried to like really understand like why God made me go to Denmark, but and then still shut that door,
Mm.
you know. And to answer your question, what defines me?
We're
I
back
feel
to that
like
question.
back to that question.
Yeah.
I think something just popped up just by talking. I think I'm in the process of just trusting God. That's my
That's a good one.
that's my that's my journey right now.
Process of trusting God.
Trusting God.
Mm.
I feel like it's the most simplest thing, but at the same time the most hardest thing. Cause sometimes, cause cause trusting God sometimes is be like, hey God, I am gonna leave everything in your hand. I don't understand it,
Mm.
but I'm still gonna trust that you're gonna take me to the places that not places that I want to be, but places that you want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where am I right now with
And
my life.
that's where the construct is. The place that you want to be and the place he wants to
Wants to
be.
be.
Yeah. I think the first thing is knowing what is that place that he wants you to be.
Hmm.
Right.
And then going back, that's why sometimes I look back and say, would I be the same person if God made it happen
Mm-hmm.
in 2019?
That's a good question.
And sometimes I look back, I say probably not.
Yeah.
You know why? I feel like I was not ready to make that jump just because, bro, you know what soccer players go through, bro. I feel like fame would have done something to me.
Yeah.
Like, to be completely honest, at 19 years old, I feel like fame would have done something to me.
I've
I
been a
feel like
different
I would
person.
have been so different. I'll probably, you know, when you ask for something and then you finally get it, and like, yeah, I have it. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have just
You know the difference.
drifted.
If it were to happen to you now, you would have those scars and the gratitude,
There you
and
go.
that will give you balance. Because I feel like
Hmm.
this is what I think. God give you things in reflections to your character.
Correct.
If you cannot maintain it, then if your character cannot maintain that thing,
Hmm.
then it's gonna be destructive. Because that's
It
the thing
is.
about gifted people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even genius
Mm-hmm.
is that when you become so intelligent, you're gonna be so intelligent that you to your own distractions
There you
without the
go.
balance of being humble, being
Yeah.
meek.
I feel like
So
God wanted me to learn something. And like the more I look back, I'm like, yeah, as much as I really wanted to make it professional, I feel like I would have just been a lost kid if
mhm,
I made it at that age. But looking back, it makes me appreciate it more. It's like, man, I just have to trust God.
yeah.
Like
And
I
the way you're talking about God now is different than the way you were when we were in Denmark. I
yeah.
remember calling you, we were talking, and I was like, yeah, it's different. I've seen that different. The changes. It's like something shifted.
That's a topic for a different day.
That's definitely a topic
I
for a
don't
different
wanna
day.
I feel like I don't wanna deviate from this
From the
topic.
topic, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just stay here. Cause once I go there, there's a lot that needs to be said
Hmm.
because I feel like that's what really kinda like opened me up and really brought me back to where I needed to be in terms of like my relationship with God.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying I'm where I want it to be, but just
The
the
progress.
progress.
Yeah, the
I feel like
progress.
that happened in Denmark, but that's a topic for a different day.
Progress.
But if we come back, like I was saying, just learning to trust God, man. I feel like what I was doing is I wanted to be the author of my life. And sometimes, or what I had to realize is it was time for me to put the pen down
Mm-hmm.
and allow God to write my story. I feel like that's the hardest thing. It's like I want to be professional, like I want this in my life, but God knows you better than you know yourself. And if you're not ready, you may not feel like you're not ready, but He knows that you're not ready. But just having that realization, I'll be like, man, let me just sit and allow God to like really move me or take me to where He wants me to be. I feel like that's one thing that we struggle a lot. We feel like we need to be doing this, or we feel like we need to be at a certain point or a certain place in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where you want to be. Is that where God wants you to be? So just being able to be patient and allow Him to really conduct my life.
Be the conductor,
So that's
the
that's
author and
that's that's
finisher.
where I am.
Yeah.
Even with school, once we finish school,
You just graduated.
I just
Congratulations, by the
thank you.
way.
I appreciate that. Like I was saying, just being able to like sit,
Mm-hmm.
take the back seat, not the back seat, but sometimes even the passenger seat, and just allow God to be on
Let
the
him
driver's
drive.
seat
Yeah.
and let Him drive. I feel like that's where I am right now. Like just being able to sit back and be like, I know I am not where I want to be in life, but and then I'm probably where God wants me to be.
Yeah. That's a
So
perfect place to stop
that
today.
is a perfect place to
So you
stop.
answered the question. The first question was, what defines you at this moment? And being just trusting yourself to God in the process
In
of
the
it.
process of it,
Process of
and
trusting yourself to God. I believe that's something that is very, very important.
it
But it's gonna be another
is.
topic when we talk about like that journey, then differentiating other. But in terms of like the dream,
Mm-hmm.
um, what would be things that you can say, maybe four or two things that you can say about manifesting your dreams or chasing your dream to the Elevate podcast people?
I feel like the first thing is believing it. You know, I feel like once you believe something, it's like you create this reality in your mind. And for me, I'm a person like I love to like once I believe it, I can vividly like see it in my mind. It's like you close it. Sometimes when you close your eyes and trying to manifest something, it's like you close your eyes. I do this a lot with soccer before I play. I'll close my eyes and I'll picture myself playing, doing all these crazy moves. So like I feel like the first thing is you have to believe it.
Mm-hmm. Believe.
Because the journey is gonna be hard, and the last person you want to like be on your side is you.
The last person you want to doubt you is you. Yeah.
So once you start believing in yourself, that's it. Like you can't, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So once you believe it, I feel like it gives you that drive to continue
Mm-hmm.
doing it. And then the second thing I would say is, man, you have to be obsessed with whatever you want to do. With that obsession,
That is a fact.
because I know like I used to be so obsessed with just learning how to do a step over or around the world with the soccer ball. The more you are outside doing it, doing it, doing it, the obsession, it changes everything
Mm-hmm.
because now it becomes second nature,
Yep.
So believe it, be obsessed with your craft. And then the third thing I would say is you have to grind, man.
You gotta work hard on it.
You
Okay.
have to, like, sometimes we want to be given things, you know, and it doesn't always happen like that. You have to do more than what other people that are in the same field as you are doing. Like you have to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to. I know like there's time. There was a time before I went to Denmark. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. and I had class at like 8. But I wake up, go to the gym, or go for a run, come back, take a shower, go to school. After school, I still had practice with like the soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to allow yourself, or you have to put yourself one step or two step ahead by doing extra. So just grind,
By
believe.
doing something that no one else is
He's
doing.
doing, yeah. And I know there's this quote. They say you have to do more when nobody's seeing you. You know, it doesn't matter. Everything that everybody does the right thing when everybody's watching.
That was Coach Richardson's motto.
Yes.
Integrity.
You have to do more when nobody's watching.
Yep.
Who was with me at 5 a.m.? Nobody. Nobody saw the drive. Nobody saw the hard work that I was putting in. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you got to go to Denmark." Yeah, but
You
you
don't see the pain. You
you
don't see the
don't
struggles.
you don't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So doing extra, you know. And the fourth one, which is actually number one, you gotta put God first, bro.
Amen to that.
You gotta put God at the center of everything. Everything has to come through him. Cause like I'm telling you, like I had my plans, he had different plans.
Mm-hmm.
But understanding that his plans are better than my plans, it's kind of hard sometimes, but it's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So before before you wake up, before you go do whatever you want to do, before you work on yourself, number one, get up with God. That little thank God for waking me up this morning can really change it. Just appreciating him for like giving you that breath in the morning. God, thank you for waking me up today. I'm not special that everybody else, but you chose to wake me up today. That means it's not done with you. You know, so doing that is gonna help. There's one quote I saw on TikTok, not TikTok, Instagram. Somebody said, "Message from God, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, I tried, but it didn't work." And then reply, God, you say, "Try it with me this time around."
Amen. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Dang, that's nice.
Try it with me
Try with
this.
God. All right. The next one is you're gonna try with God.
That's the part where I told you that project is
Yeah.
like that's where I'm. It's like I want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but and then I want God to like give me the instruction. Like, what do you want me to do with the platform that you have given me? Because like I told you, like we could sit down and talk about anything, but being able to just realize that we get a chance to like talk about God.
Yeah. We're gonna go to there.
We're gonna
We're
get
gonna
to
go to
there.
there.
We're gonna get there.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. I didn't expect it to be this long,
I
but
know.
all I know is this: every time we sit down and talk, we always have at least bare minimum more than 30 minutes. More than
That's why
30.
when you
30
told
is
me
minimum.
it's been more than like 55, I'm like, no way.
No.
Cause now I feel like that's when I'm like really feeling it now.
That's when you're feeling, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then unfortunately we have to.
Maybe when we get that big, we can try to aim for 2 hours.
Nah, 2 hours. I feel like 2 hours is a lot. I feel like we just need to keep it as short as we can,
Mm-hmm.
but stick to the like.
Concise, maybe concise.
Yeah,
I mean, we can chop it up too. Maybe we might do 2 episodes of this. Just cut
we
it.
could.
Yeah.
We could
But
do that.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Valentin here. Thank you for coming.
Hey man,
I know you're a busy man,
it was a pleasure, bro.
but we were able to find times. We tried to record before, but today was the times. It's Memorial Days.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. This episode should be coming out here soon. Watch out for the next episode. We got more things coming. I'm gonna invite you again to come.
We have
So
to. I feel like we could really make an episode out of because there's a like I told you, like there's
Like
a
an
lot.
episode or season?
We could make a
A
series,
series.
a
Yeah,
series,
yeah.
because like I told you, I feel like this is a good platform.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how we started talking about soccer, and then all of a
It
sudden
got deep.
got deeper and deeper. Like there's more to come, but I feel like the more we talk, the more we get vulnerable to like just open up and just talk.
And that's the goal. That's the goal.
And that's the goal.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Peace out.
Hey, it was a pleasure talking to you guys.